Thanks.
How many books you got there for?
There are 15 books, but they're not all full because some people actually did two. They started with two on that.
I haven't done the whole contacting regarding breaking down and setting up stuff.
5 and 5? Okay, you do that.
He said just some tables and chairs, but he didn't
So,
even tell me that. So,
I don't have
do you
the
want me to
exact
find that out
count.
and shoot me an email?
I haven't got time to
I'll do
count.
that.
And,
But I can go ahead and book the room.
A few that are obviously bad, or somebody crossed their name out because they, and you know how it works.
Yeah.
Anyway.
All right.
I did have a question for Richard. How many of the postcards rescinding signatures have you received?
Yeah.
As of yesterday,
So I'll
I
find out.
counted 31.
Thanks, Olivia.
But I didn't count very carefully.
Okay.
I just kind of scanned through them.
Well, unless we have some incredible kind of failure rate on the signatures, then it seems that we're very likely to have qualified this, but that's John Tudor's office.
How many signatures do you know?
Just something over 400. I don't have an exact raw score.
Yeah.
So, and these, just for information of the news people here, there are 15 booklets, but some of us filled one up and started on the second one. And so there weren't 15 people circulating. It was probably more like 11 or 12 people circulating. Thanks, Richard.
Okay, you've delivered them to me,
Okay.
so I will review them as the acting city clerk, talk with the city attorney, make sure that I find them acceptable, and I send my hand carrying down to John Tudor, county elections official, and he checks the signatures to make sure they're registered voters. And then he tells me whether you reached the magic number, which is what? Something like 213 signatures, don't hold me to that, but roughly like that.
He'll have to.
And he lets me know, and then after that, then if everything's in order, then I accept this as the city clerk, and then I agendize it on a future council meeting where they will decide whether to rescind the resolution or to send it to ballot.
Thanks. Great. And this is not coming from me, Rich. I just have to say this, but a couple of people called me up with kind of a little bit of paranoia when that postcard came out. They said, "How did they know I signed?" Because they kept it. How did they know I signed? And I said, "They didn't. They sent it out to everybody." Okay. But then they also wanted reassurance. What happens when we turn these in? You and city staff are the only ones that handle this, right? In other words, the question was, and this is not coming from me. It's coming from who called me. They said they're not going to be able to come in here and see that I signed and then go and ask me about rescind my signature or something, right?
Okay. Yeah. With the postcards, I also don't know whether those people signed this or not. I have no idea, obviously, because I just got this. But rest assured that the elections code prohibits me from releasing the signature pages for anyone that signed a petition. It's not public information. In other words, it's protected, and we do not divulge that to anyone.
And I want you to know that this is not a lack of faith coming from me or anybody else in the group about you, because I have perfect confidence in you. Well, there's a little bit of paranoia happening now, and it's mostly the postcards that caused that.
I have a question. Who paid for all of the paper and postage for those letters and the cards?
The letters and the cards were sent out by Enchanted Resorts Development. It had nothing to do with the city of Calistoga. And in fact, if you look at the cards, they were sent back to Enchanted Resorts. They were not sent to City Hall. So they paid for everything. We had nothing to do with that. I wouldn't consider it appropriate for us to get involved with anything like that. So rest assured, if this was done correctly, which I think you know what you're doing, that it's the democratic process, and we will follow it through with the city council in accordance with local and state elections code.